How to get into an Ivy League college. Tips for parents. This is the parent's guide to getting your student into the Ivy League, though of course students can listen to this as well. Parents basically want their children to do well in life. And if you've always dreamed of having your son or daughter graduate from an Ivy League college, which to define the term Ivy League refers to the 8 schools that make up the Ivies and includes Harvard, Princeton, Yale, the Big Three, as well as Brown, Dartmouth, Cornell, Columbia, and UPenn, the University of Pennsylvania. There are many things you can do that will help your students succeed in the college admissions and Ivy League college admissions process in particular. These are as follows. Number 1, make sure your student takes as many AP courses in high school as possible. College admissions officers, especially at the most competitive schools, want to see that your student is not only challenging themselves by taking the most difficult courses possible at their particular school, but they want to see that they are already fully immersed in college-level classes before they even get to college. In other words, if your student's high school doesn't currently offer any AP or IB baccalaureate coursework, make sure they get classes at that level somewhere else, like enrolling in a community college after school hours. This shows that they will be able to handle the workload once they get into a highly competitive school, like the Ivy League. It shows that they have the intellect to do well, and sometimes, more importantly, can take the pressure that comes with that. That kind of proof is what makes Ivy League admissions officers happy and lets your high school student actually pass the test and be seriously considered as an applicant. No AP or IB classes though, and they aren't even a contender. It's really that important. Number 2, make sure your student has extracurricular activities that are interesting and different. By different, I mean something more unique than just piano, violin, or swimming. Oh no, you think, but my student is taking piano, violin, and swimming right now. What should I do? Just calm down and reassess. These activities are fine if they're a musical prodigy who intends to major in music, or a budding Olympic medalist, or a ranked athlete. But just in case they're not, they need to branch out and try to expand into at least one other extracurricular activity that will make them stand out. They need to do something different than what their friends are doing. They need to show some individuality in how they spend their time. This allows them to look even more unique to the college admissions officers, again, especially when applying to an Ivy League or Ivy League equivalent school like Stanford or MIT. Schools like to diversify their class, and they like students who have done or are doing incredibly interesting things. So have them branch out. Do something different on top of or in addition to the regular quote-unquote smart kid activities like classical piano lessons, school government, or Model UN. That's what everyone else does. You don't want them to just have them do whatever every other smart kid does, especially for the Ivy League. If they don't stand out, they won't be seen. If they're not seen, they won't get in. Again, it's that important. Number 3, let your child choose their own real interest. Really, this one is important too. Don't push your kid to go into engineering or finance as a potential major in college if they're sincerely telling you that they just want to study Greek literature or get a PhD in microbiology. College admissions officers want to know what really interests your student. Again, this is especially true for the Ivy League. What they don't want is to see a child who's been programmed by their parents to say something that simply sounds like a trendy thing to study right now, or with the only purpose being to set your child up for a well-paying job. The Ivy League looks for kids who are interested and curious about learning, not about trying to position themselves so they can eventually make the most money possible. They want students who value intellectual curiosity. The Ivy League schools in particular like to admit students who want to study something different. Remember, they employ a lot of professors, and they need to fill those Greek and Latin classes too. The Ivy League college often admits students who have a wide variety of interests, especially in the humanities, even if they're majoring in something tech-related or science. These are the students who might later on go to law school, medical school, enter a policy program in foreign relations, or get their PhD. Again, the Ivy League colleges in particular like students who appreciate the value of a broad, expansive education, one that will leave them postgraduate. These are the students who might later on go to law school, medical school, enter a policy program in foreign relations, or get their PhD. Again, the Ivy League colleges in particular like students who appreciate the value of a broad, expansive education, one that will leave them post-graduation with a full and solid understanding of today's current world. In other words, the Ivy League is more interested in graduating students who will always be well educated by anyone's standards, and that means being able to speak on a wide variety of interest and topics at some depth. What they're not interested in are students who are simply looking at college as a way to get a job. They try to weed out these non-intellectuals, these non-scholars. Those students, honestly, are better served by going to a state school, a business school, or one of the more highly competitive science or engineering schools like Caltech or MIT. The Ivy League wants students who are interested in a lot of topics and subject areas. Number 4, in summary, Ivy League colleges are for students who appreciate learning about everything. They're students who have a passion for new things and intellectual topics and understand and are well-versed in a wide variety of literary, artistic, political, and academic possibilities. If you can encourage that mindset, your child has a chance to get in. Strong admissions essays, high grades, good SAT scores, glowing high school recommendations, and an impressive college interview will all help complete this college admissions package. But instilling in your student a desire to learn and to convey that attitude about learning in everything and anything they do as they go forward, that's what the Ivy League admissions officers look for the most in an application. And that right there is the secret sauce that will help them get in. Check out the rest of my award-winning Ivy League College admissions blog for more free information, and get my new Ivy League interview prep guide on my website, ivycollegeessay.com. I'm a former Harvard admissions interviewer and a Harvard graduate, and I currently run the Ivy League College admissions consulting firm, Ivy League Essay, at ivycollegeessay.com. Contact me today for a free consultation and let me help you get your student into the Ivy League school of their dreams.